What's up?
What's up, y'all? It's
Ufulu
Ufulu Child here. We're going live a second time. This is take 2, because last time, yesterday, when we tried to do this live video, the audio was glitching on us. So we're giving this another go. Gonna give a little time for anyone to check in. Let's see. Okay. I'm really excited. Today we're going to be delving into an overview of how to develop a self-awareness practice at home. Oh, we have a viewer. Hey, how you doing? Go ahead and comment, let us know who you are, where you're from. I'm Tensi, and
I'm Soul Expression. We make up Ufulu Child, and we are freedom seekers.
Right on. We're husband and wife. We're holistic healers and performing artists. And if you're watching, you probably know that already. But go ahead and comment. Let us know who you are. If you are just arriving, just looking in, let us know. Say, hey, I'm such and such. I'm from such and such. Word. So today in our discussion,
how to self-awareness practice.
Basically, how to self-awareness practice. How to
self-aware. Do you even self-awareness, bro?
Do you even? Really? Do you? So we, in terms of our strategy, our perspective on a self-awareness practice, it's really, there are tons of different things that people do that they advertise. Oh yes, such and such and such. There are tons of ways to get to being healthy in terms of your body. There are tons of ways for reducing stress, but in terms of holistically, not just the body, not just the mind, not just the emotions, not just the spiritual aspect, but getting to the root of the big question, who am I? And truly knowing who you are and moving in that truth, that peace, that self-awareness in its raw form, its true, real form is what we're getting to today. And how we do it with the Ufulu Child is something called Kemetic EIO, and that stands for
Kemetic Experiential Introspective Optimization. Kemet is ancient Egypt, and a little bit further south as well. Just the Nile Valley is before it was called Egypt, I think, which is Greek. It was called Kemet, and so Kemetic EIO.
My bad. Go ahead.
Kemetic Experiential Introspective Optimization. EIO is something born of a combination of really two main things. One being Kemetic yoga, and the other being
6 other tools.
Advanced introspection.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to the name itself, experiential introspection, it's not just intellectual. It's not just like, oh yeah, I get that. I know get that, it. But intellectually, it's really delving deep inside that true self-discovery and discovering for yourself your truth, and how to best move in that space. So before we get into the bulk of it all, I want to go ahead and do an announcement that as far as Kemetic EIO, we do have a masterclass coming up in August 2018, and right now it's free to sign up for the first few people that do, and later on we're gonna release it to everyone else for things. But we have a masterclass coming up, and that is going to be an online experience, and we'll have the sign up in the comments below after we are done with the live video. Also, we're doing Kemetic EIO personal wellness sessions. And in these sessions, we delve into one-on-one, in-home, the actual sculpting, tailoring, and creating a self-awareness plan and practice that meets your needs.
Yeah, it's really customized. Customized by you, by you and us, and it's an organic process
that's on your terms.
It's on your terms, but that really it doesn't target who. It doesn't target mostly what we think we need to work on when we deal with and dive into self improvement and things like that. It's
deeper. So most times people are looking just to lose weight, or just to be more flexible, or just to this in terms of the body level. But this
or even just I just don't want to be angry anymore.
Yeah, but this it covers that and more. It's like someone being fixated on a grain of sand. Like, this is the one thing I want, when there's a whole beach. So it does that, and then so much more. And the point is the so much more. So yeah. So with Kemetic EIO, developing your own self-awareness practice, we incorporate 7 tools, and the tools themselves are limiting belief transformation, meditation, Kemetic yoga, which was briefly mentioned, and then also the plant-based diet.
Herbs.
Yeah.
Medicinal herb use.
Yeah, so medicinal herb therapy, and fasting and cleansing. And also we have the big one of understanding reality and knowing self. And so this is where the truly discovering and answering that question, who am I? And most people leave it at the point of personality or personality and status, like, I'm outgoing, I know I like these things in the world, I am a woman, I am black, I have locks, I am natural, I stand for this. But it goes beyond the I am woman, I am other. It's just, what are you when all that is taken away? What are you really? And in those moments where everything is hectic, you come back to that inner knowing and that inner discovery, and that peace will just follow you through, and you'll just have a sense of freedom that it's not describable in words. You just have to discover it yourself. And all these tools together, they aid you in that discovery.
Right.
So this is a way to truly feel free to be. Whether that is from mental clarity, emotional stability, or prosperity, and how you view the world, how you view yourself, you're becoming more, you're living more fully. Yeah. Yeah, did you want to add on anything? We can...
No, not that you just covered the last section, so.
Okay. So, with these 7 tools of Kemetic EIO, I have some notes here so I don't forget, like, some major things, some talking points. But with Kemetic EIO, I'm just going to go briefly over each of the 7 tools, like kind of in an overview of what they would entail.
Yeah, I'll interject where I'm needed.
Right on. Thank you, babe. So, with the limiting beliefs transformation, we delve into like a strategy. So we really look into identification of the beliefs. So We do this writing exercise and a few other activities that gets you to really just jot down, do a little journaling exercise, etc. Anything that comes across, any negative chatter that you might be facing, any limiting beliefs within your subconscious, we address those. And then the next step is to address them. And this is not the easiest step, but it is needed for self-healing, because all healing starts from within and then it moves outward from there.
Yeah, so with the limiting belief transformation, you really, start to be able to notice what's called your own basic assumptions, which is directly tied to how you view the world, how you view yourself, and how you view the relation of the two, and how strongly you believe the two are separate or not, or not separate. And so, right off the bat, we're customizing, okay, so this is how you view the world. This is how you may like to view the world. And we start to move into, like we said.
Like, what's the validity of this viewpoint, of this perspective?
Yeah, and we start to transition into an actual program that fits your needs.
And this is everything from childhood to early adulthood and where you are now.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, between when you were born and the age of 7, that's where a lot of our world outlooks, our personalities, our beliefs are set at that time frame. And then they're just further expounded upon and expanded from there. So we go in. We go in. And from there, we talk about like practical things in life, how to implement this in the moment, how to identify in the moment, okay, oh, where is that thought coming from? Oh, why am I feeling this out of nowhere? What is this? How come I am hitting these roadblocks in life and I can't seem to get past this obstacle and it keeps coming up, and this is the work.
Yeah, you identify your patterns.
To change that in your life, to push through, to see the other side. So, yes, we go ahead and delve into limiting beliefs in that way. And, okay, so the next aspect of it is meditation. So with meditation, well, first, I mean, if you don't have any experience in meditating, we kind of guide you through a simple way of meditating that's just, it goes straight to the core. So it's not about visualizing and creating things in your mind or imagining things. It's about really just actually pulling everything away and what's left. Experience what's left. Finding stillness in the moment. In meditation, connecting with that infinite piece of you, that infinite being, that awareness, that presence that underlies everything that you see, that you feel, that you experience, you touch, that you are. So without the body, what's left? We delve in to discover that. Also, we talk about carrying that throughout your life, like any moment that you're in, any circumstance, being able to bring yourself to a space where you're observing, where you aren't getting wrapped up in coiled up in all of the circumstances and the things that are happening around you, but you're able to maintain a peace in all situations, that clarity, that stability, that prosperity again.
So let's say that you view something that kind of gets on your nerves and you say, I hate people like that. You're able to, through some of the meditative and meditation practices that we offer, you'll be able to very quickly identify why a thought like that not only showed up, but showed up with the intensity that these thoughts tend to show up, and how it's connected to a reflection of something that you've done or that you've seen growing up, that really left an impression on you.
Ooh, one thing I want to mention, a friend of ours brought this back to the forefront of my mind a few weeks ago, and it was talking about how everything that we perceive, all the experiences that we have, all the people that we meet are reflections of either an aspect of ourselves, of who we think we are, what we like, what we don't like, and what we judge, or our parents, or like the dark side of us, the shadow side of us, mm-hmm. that we've just shoved in that closet. We don't open that closet. Or also just a wide range, even like a passion that you had, a love for something that you had that you've forgotten and you haven't connected with. Everything is really reflecting back aspects of yourself. So yes.
So we go into 3 basic forms of meditation: sitting meditation, movement mm-hmm. meditation, and what we call vocal meditation, which mm-hmm. is putting into practice positive, but customized to you, positive self-talk. Mm-hmm. Not positive self-talk that may work for a lot of people.
It's like nothing is canned.
Nothing's canned. Yeah. And you really help come up with your curriculum in terms of the nuances in the curriculum that are tailored to yourself.
Because that's really the only way that you can do it. I mean, if you're making a lifestyle change, it has to work from a point where you are right now, so it has to be compatible at every step.
Yeah, and just know that, yeah. Wherever you are deserving.
You are enough.
You are enough, and you are deserving of whatever life you actually want to live, no matter what you may perceive is blocking you from doing so.
Exactly.
So the next section is Kemetic yoga.
And so firstly, Kemetic yoga. What is Kemetic yoga? Oh, well, let me answer that for you very briefly. Okay, so Kemetic yoga, there's a Kemetic calendar back here. Kemetic yoga is also referred to as Sma-Tawi, and that means unity. And the word yoga also means unity. However, Sma-Tawi, or Kemetic yoga, originated in the African civilization of Kemet. And Africa itself, as the continent, used to be referred to as Kemet. And this African civilization, Kemet, spread throughout the world. So then now you have Indian yoga practices, because everyone from Kemet went everywhere, and you have it in other aspects of the world, like Tibet, etc. Yeah. And Kemetic yoga is well over 6,000 years old. It's actually the root of all yoga, all martial arts, all Reiki, all blah, blah, blah. It all came from the Kemetic civilization. Plant-based diet, meditation, all of this rooted out of there. So all of the different styles of yoga, from vinyasa, more like Bikram, and Vengar. I don't even know how to pronounce some of them anymore, but all of these forms, they came out of Kemetic yoga. And on the pyramid walls where you see hieroglyphs and things, you notice that some of these hieroglyphs look a lot like yoga poses, because they are yoga poses. So Kemetic yoga, we focus on a few things within it. Geometric progression, which basically means that you start with a more linear posture, whether you're just standing up or you're laying down, and then it geometrically, in terms of the shape, gets progressively more complicated and or complex, and then it falls back into simplicity again to meet back where you originated. So in the sequence of the movements that we do, we start simple, get complex, go back to simple. And we make sure that every movement is synced up with the breath. Because the breath, you breathing, you need to breathe for in order to live. And there's a very powerful impact that breath work can have in any practice. And Kemetic yoga focuses on specifically the breath, to circulate your energy, to tap into, to feel your energy, to strengthen your intuition. I was thinking about that free university that's tuition free. Anyway, it activates all of your major muscle joint groups within your body. It activates your parasympathetic autonomic nervous system, which is the opposite of fight or flight, and it's the healing mechanism within your body. Helps you digest it. Like whenever you're asleep, you're activating this to heal. It's meditative, restorative. It is also a form of resistance strength training as well. It's slower than normal, like your typical yoga class. Like it's slower than a vinyasa, but vinyasa also has the flow, and we have the flow. So, high level, that is Kemetic yoga. And when we practice Kemetic yoga, we do it with or without the use of a whole vibration machine. And a whole vibration machine is a machine similar to what they use in the NFL, and what astronauts use to regenerate their muscles and bone density, what athletes and martial artists and physical therapists and chiropractors use to help people rejuvenate from injury, heal from injury more quickly. And people see like really quick results. Yeah. Even my parents, like my mom, she went through cancer, and she had to, as a result,
cancer.
Yeah, she cured herself of cancer and diabetes with this lifestyle change, which is basically Kemetic EIO. And what she did was, she had her surgery, and after her surgery, she couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, she couldn't eat. They had to put food through a tube in her stomach in order, well, not food, liquids was all she could take. So basically, she was fasting. And what we did in order to aid her in her healing process was we made sure that she incorporated medicinal herbs. So we did a lot of research together. We worked, and she also currently still uses the whole vibration machine to aid with rejuvenating the nerves within her face. And same thing with my dad. Whenever he had a stroke and his left side was not able to function in the same way, he also, with the whole vibration machine, with the other elements like fasting and plant-based diet and
he saw great results within 2 days.
Exactly. And the doctors for both of them were like, what are you doing? Like, no one heals like this. Like, what are you doing? So that's really
some of the reason why we use the whole body vibration machine, and
the reason why we decided to come up with this was inspired by my mom and my dad. So there we are. So
module 4 would be plant-based diet.
Indeed.
We go into the benefits of, we go into a holistic approach to viewing the very commonly known nowadays benefits of a plant-based diet.
Absolutely.
Of course, there's no bashing of other diets or or even, you know, there's no calling somebody that just eats what they want a victim of some sort.
You good.
Yeah, you do what you basically with the plant-based diet. I wanted to say that we're not bashing anybody and we're not worried about anybody or worrying anybody about what they currently do or
Whether
anything
you
like that.
Eat meat or not, whatever.
Because we know through research but more importantly through experience that a plant-based diet is best for the body. And so what we do is with the Kemetic EIO tailor some things to try for yourself, and you try them while you're working with us, and whatever you do afterwards is up to you. But yeah, you know.
And with everything, it's baby steps. Baby steps, starting from where you're from, wherever you're starting from.
Right. So once again, you write down and you talk with us and reveal to yourself some stuff that you might have forgotten about how you eat, what you like to eat, what you maybe used to like to eat, what you think you can do better, what you think you won't be able to get past, all of these things. And then from there, we start to tailor together, like I said, what you'll be doing with us.
In terms of the food, structuring possible things that, like meals that you could eat, juices that you could drink if you're going into like a juice fast or even just daily. And with this plant-based diet, oftentimes people that are vegetarian, vegan, they tend to go into a lot of junk foods and they find that they're sick. And you're like, oh, I'm vegan, I shouldn't get sick. I'm healthy. Right? Are you? No, but,
yeah, we associate vegan with healthy for some reason.
But the thing is that there are nutrients that you need to make sure that you're getting, regardless of if you're vegan, if you are a carnivore, as my brother likes to call himself. If you are whatever kind of eating habits that you have, you got to make sure you're getting nutrients. So that means that the foods that you're eating are rich in vitamin C and B vitamins, as well as an assortment of minerals. So we focus on alkaline forming foods, organic foods, non-GMO, so all that seedless stuff is out the door.
No right? Seedless.
Is that right?
No seedless.
Yeah. And then also, in terms of the water, alkaline water, and in terms of how you put things together, we're employing food combining methods. So basically, we put things together that your body is like, oh, that's awesome. I can digest that super quick right now, and it's going to be great.
And distribute the
all the nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be great. So with this, we provide like a list of foods, and it's not limited to this. The main thing with any diet, you tap into yourself and you see how eating that food makes you feel in terms of your energy levels, in terms of mental clarity, emotional stability. Like, did I just start getting angry after eating that pizza? You start to really question. And, yeah. So this is...
Pizza don't make me angry. No,
this is about really starting to discern in terms of every aspect of your life, building up that discernment muscle within yourself to decide, okay, yeah, this is great for me right now. This is what I should be doing in every aspect of your life, whether it's relationships, food, career, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff just helps support you, because one thing that B vitamins do is they help with things like anxiety, any pent-up fears. They help with depression, addiction, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. And vitamin C helps with activating the nutrients in vitamin B and etc. There's research. Go ahead and do your research as well. So, and we also go into practical ways to have a plant-based diet on the go in regular life. So after that, we have fasting and cleansing. So with fasting and cleansing, we delve into a few different types. So there's intermittent fasting. So that's basically you have space between, like, there's time and space for you to allow your food to digest before you eat anything else. Mm-hmm. So one example of intermittent fasting is eating 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day. That's an example. Or whatever you could do, like eating smaller portions also helps with digestion, etc. So in addition to intermittent fasting, there's other fasting methods, like say if you are pescatarian or whatever, and you'd like to start to transition into eating vegetarian. In that case, you can do like for a week time, or for 3 weeks, or a day out of every week or something. You can just eat vegetarian. So their diet's like a vegetarian fast. Their fast's like a vegetarian diet. That's what I meant.
Raw vegan fast, leafy green fast, juice fast,
or just fresh fruit
fast, organic, not seedless, non-GMO.
Plenty of raw fruits and vegetables that are fresh. Eating a ton of dried fruits or like kale chips is
it's better than meat. It's better than meat for the human body, but
your body needs water.
Your body needs water.
Yeah, it's made mostly
needs water. So high water content foods are best for non-dry fasts.
Exactly. And one thing about fasting that's important is to take this slow. So if you've never fasted before, you need to really
just take 2 weeks off of food and water.
No, don't do that, because you might die. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Because fasting is a potent detoxification tool.
It might be the most potent.
I think it's the most ancient too. Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. You know, no food. Yeah, you're right.
So anyway.
Fasting, and when it comes to detoxifying, if your body has a lot to detox from, so if you've eaten a lot of meat, if you've had a lot of dairy,
you don't want to rush all too many toxins into your fluids too fast. Yeah, your bloodstream and your water streams and your capillary, all the little places that don't have time to be storing a whole lot of things that will one day end up in the wastebasket.
And you don't want to just overload your liver, because your liver is trying to detoxify all this. But if you trying to rush into an intense fast out of nowhere, intense
cleanse,
your liver could be like, I'm done. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
If it was already working on too much alcohol and whatnot, depending on what your regular practice is already, you'll want to take it slow. You'll want to take it slow anyway. Take it slow, baby steps. Do what's right for you, and talk with people and research.
People that have fasted.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and people that practice this already, and people
get their perspective.
Will be honest with you about, just the whole idea of fasting not being a trend. Mm-hmm. Or anything like that. You don't fast for someone to raise their opinion about you. You don't fast to raise your opinion about yourself. you fast as a means to cleanse out what you know you have eaten.
And that's not just that. Oh, okay. So really,
I was gonna say more, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry, babe. One thing I did want to say in terms of fasting is that a good start for fasting, aside from like raw vegan or fresh fruits, is a juice fast is really good. But in addition to that, I wanted to note that it's not just clearing out the body, the food that you've eaten, but it's also your thoughts come to the forefront. Your any negative chatter that you may have suppressed, any emotions, they'll come to the forefront, and this is an opportunity for them to be addressed. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Next is medicinal herbs.
With medicinal herbs, as like with the plant-based diet, we also focus on alkaline forming herbs. And oftentimes these herbs are non-hybrid alkaline forming. And they often have not just one benefit, but they help with a whole smorgasbord of things. And one of my favorites happens to be yellow dock. It's bitter, but it is so like when you drink it, when you get over like the goosebumps from the bitterness, it's like your body feels so good. And the Capomo is like a great replacement for coffee. I digress. Okay. Medicinal herbs. So there are daily herbs that you can consume daily. And then there are more so cleansing herbs that are specific to like certain things that you'd like to address within your body and cleanse within your body. And when we're fasting, we also prepare herb teas in order to aid in that cleansing aspect of a fast and provide additional nutrients. With herbs, you want to make sure that they are organic and or wild crafted. I like loose herbs, and I mean you can order them online on Amazon, or if you just happen to have an exotic herb garden, go ahead and get them fresh. I do not. We talk about preparing herbs with intention, and during the Kemetic EIO personal wellness sessions, if you need to, we can show you directly how to do it or help you prepare them for you. Yeah. So
to explain a little bit about what Tensi means by intention, it's a ritualistic practice where you do use your intuition, so it's not a set of movements that you must do or something like that, but just to give an example, like she'll light some sage or some a Palo Santo stick, and
just send love and gratitude.
Over the brewing herbs, she'll send love and gratitude, like she said, to the pot itself. And this actually there's plenty of very simple practical ways that you can show yourself the benefits of doing such.
And there was a study where someone was praying over water, and then they froze it, and it came out as like beautiful snowflakes or whatever, just sending love to it,
right. And
gratitude.
He was hating on another batch of
and
water,
that looked stank and ugly.
Yeah.
And same thing with rice that was fermented or soaked in water and left out there in several jars. There was another study about that where the one with hate rotted, and then the one that love was sent to, it fermented, and it was really good for his digestive system. Yeah. So we go over practical ways of getting medicinal herbs and preparing them
proper use,
Yeah.
what certain herbs do for the body, mind, emotion.
Mm-hmm. So,
last but not least is my favorite, is entitled "Life is But a Dream." And this is, like we said in the introduction, where we dive into the question of who am I, and how to perform self-inquiry at the deepest level. And I say the deepest level humbly, but with authority, because it is. And so,
well.
and so, there's, well, logically speaking, you were here to have your body. You were here to have the powers of the mind, of thought, of, emotion, things like that. You were here to have my emotions, my body, my world, my worldview, all of these things. And so, who is that you that was here before that? When you wake up in the morning, you seem to be watching yourself wake up into something. That something that you wake up into as you wake up. Very, very simple. I'm not trying to paint really pretty pictures. Just really simple. When you wake up, there's something here already that you wake up into. Even before you open your eyes, the first thing you get is a sense of what's called a sense of presence, or a sense of I and I am. The sense of I.
I'm getting a call. Oops.
Silence.
Yeah, I have to call them back.
So unlock it and then hit silence.
You right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't know why this wasn't it was an afterthought. So, anyway, we look into who am I very deeply. I forget.
You were touching on when you wake up. You, have the sense of.
First, you get the sense of I, because that's what comes up first. It's nobody has said anything different so far, and I experience the same thing when I wake up. If I'm really paying attention, which I've learned to now, first there's a sense of I, then there's a sense of I am. Am being that presence that you feel. We even go before the I in diving really deep and go into what may be called pure awareness, what some people call God, what some people call whatever, Buddha, nature, the Tao. All of this is like the same word.
What was aware of you being asleep or awake? What was aware of you being aware that you were? It's and
it's not about the layers. It's about just what is without naming. There's no names.
Indeed.
I run this section.
You whispering.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
So
because before you had poor eating habits or healthy eating habits, before you had a workout regimen, before you had an opinion about Kanye West, you just were.
Before you had an opinion about Donald Trump or Obama.
You just were. So, yeah. So, take it.
Okay, so, in this section, we also dive into a little bit of quantum mechanics and quantum physics, biology, in terms of the biology of your perception, how you view the world, literally from a cellular level.
Yeah, and not to scare you, it's all evidence pointing to the universality of the answer to the question, who am I? Basically.
And it all of this stuff comes back to, simple solution. Oh snap, that's it? Awesome. So, we also talk about the art of letting life take care of life. Let that marinate. Okay. Basically, there's no wrong way to do your life. And we've got this dynamic life that we're living through, that we're experiencing with my babe, with other people, and we also have that sense of awareness, of knowing, of discovery. And whenever we make decisions, we come from that space, so that we're not rushing into things, we're not prematurely doing things, we're not we're flowing. It's a more synchronistic way of was that a word?
No.
Okay. Oh, well, it's a way of living that's
synchronized, maybe.
Synchronistic. It has synchronicity. And we talk about ways that we can implement this knowing in everyday life. Yeah. So that is Kemetic EIO, and that is basically...
That's not even a half, but it's
overview.
It's a nutshell of Kemetic EIO.
Word.
We are Ufulu Child, and Kemetic EIO is half of what we offer. Well, it's embedded in everything that we do, but we also offer Kemetic EIO to you so that you can have it, and outside of maybe, being a certified yoga instructor, you can teach it. Once you know it, you can talk it, you can walk it, and walking it is the point. So,
yeah, we're not here to teach you so that you learn, but instead here to point so that you discover. Yes. And speaking about that, in terms of Kemetic EIO, I wanted to say again that we have personal wellness sessions, and if you're interested, give us a call, send us an email, and we can definitely set that up where we come to your home, or we travel to you, and we customize a plan. We go through this. We do this with you because we are in this for the long haul, and we are invested in your freedom. I mean, this is the lifestyle, so right on. Yeah, let's see, what time is it? It's 7:48, and let's see, is anybody? All right, so right on. Did you want to add anything? I don't know if I forgot anything.
No. You can reach us outside of this here Facebook platform at www.ufuluchild.com, ufuluchild.com, and you can go straight to the link that will be in the comments it'll be a couple links. One will have a link that will explain a little bit more about the food combining. We'll have a link for the Kemetic EIO Masterclass signups. Join the movement. We'll have a link to get on our VIP list to stay updated on what we have coming up. And the movement itself is actually through our Patreon, where, those of you who know what Patreon is, I'm just basically going to say, that it's how we connect more deeply into those that really want to support us, what we're doing, and want to become a part of us and what we're doing and do it with us. We'll have a link to that, and if you know about our music side and you want to book us up, we'll have a link to that as well, so we can come to your event, shed some freedom.
And I want to say that wherever you are right now on your journey, you are enough wherever you are. And with Kemetic EIO, it's basically that, whether you have a disability or a physical, medical condition, or mental medical condition, or emotional,
we will not turn you down.
Yeah. Our practice is therapeutic and it's adaptive. So,
and like we said, totally customizable.
Yeah, we work with you. Word.
So.
Yeah. Oh, No, I don't have anything else. All right, guys. Love y'all. And let's do the manifesto.
Yeah, you start.
So we have a Freedom Seeker manifesto. And if you know it, you can repeat after me. And
Us.
after us. Yeah. So it starts. I create my own well-being.
I define my own destiny.
I live for freedom.
I am free to be.
And that makes me a freedom seeker.
And that makes you a freedom seeker.
I was supposed to say, and that makes us freedom seekers. That makes you a freedom seeker. We love y'all. I hope that you had an amazing day. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. And be sure to comment, share this with whoever you think would be interested. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.